Hey, I'm Jade, and let me tell you, life's no walk in the park when you're juggling two jobs. I'm 25, living in this concrete jungle they call a city, and my most prized possession is this beat up Toyota. It's probably older than me, but it gets me from point A to point B, and in this rat race, that's all that matters. Jade, honey, can you pass the potato salad? That's my mom, the real MVP. She raised me on her own after my deadbeat dad bailed because fatherhood wasn't his thing. So I'm at this family BBQ, you know, the kind where everyone pretends they don't secretly hate each other. And then there's Uncle Frank swaggering around like he owns the place. Well, if it isn't my favorite niece, Uncle Frank booms across the yard. I roll my eyes so hard I swear I see my brain. Hey, Uncle Frank, how's business? I ask, not that I care. Booming, as always. You could learn a thing or two about success from me. Yeah, success in being a pompous jerk, maybe. And then there's my cousin Brittany, Frank's pride and joy, flashing her engagement ring like it's the Hope Diamond. Jade, did you see my ring? Direct proposed in Paris. It was so romantic. That's great, Britt, I'm happy for you. I lie, counting down the minutes until I can escape. But of course, Uncle Frank corners me by the grill, reeking of expensive cologne. Jade, my girl, we need to talk about Brittany's wedding. I feel a headache coming on. What about it? It's going to be the event of the season. Bali, 5-star resort, the works. But these things don't come cheap. Aha, I mutter, looking for an exit. We're expecting everyone to chip in, family duty, and all that. I almost choke. Chip in? Uncle Frank, I'm barely making rent. He waves his hand dismissively. Details. I've got it all figured out. That car of yours? It's seen better days. Why not sell it and contribute the money to Brittany's special day? For a second, I think I'm having a stroke. Sell my car. Are you out of your mind? I need it for work. Not now, don't be selfish. After all we've done for you. I cut him off. All you've done? Uncle Frank, you've never done jack for me or Mom. His face turns a lovely shade of purple. Listen here, young lady. This family always looks out for each other. It's time you pulled your weight. Sell the car, contribute to the wedding. It's not a request. After that disaster of a BBQ, I knew something was off about Uncle Frank's so-called success. It smelled fishier than week-old sushi, and I was determined to figure out what. First stop, Aunt Mildred, Dad's sister. She's always had loose lips, especially after a few gin and tonics. Oh honey, you wouldn't believe the stories I could tell you about Frank, she slurred over the phone. Remember that big promotion he got back in '08? Well, let's just say his boss's wife was very appreciative of Frank's overtime work, if you catch my drift. Bingo, I have my first lead. I spent days glued to my laptop, digging through public records and social media, and then jackpot. A string of fraud complaints against Uncle Frank's company. Time to call in the cavalry. I hit up my best friend, Marcus. Yo, what's good? He answered, probably buried in some coding project. I need your tech wizardry. How'd you like to help me take down a major Dutchaback? I could hear him grinning through the phone. Girl, you had me at takedown. What's the plan? We met up at our favorite dive bar, the Rusty Nail. Between rounds of cheap beer, I laid out everything I'd found. Holy crap, Jade, your uncle's not just a jerk. He's a criminal jerk. We gotta nail this guy to the wall. That's where you come in, tech boy. I need access to his computer, his phone, everything. Can you do it? Marcus cracked his knuckles. Can I do it? Does a bear, well, you know, give me 48 hours, and I'll have more dirt on Frank than a pig in a mud pit. Meanwhile, the ballet wedding drama was turning into a full-blown soap opera. My phone buzzed with a text from Mom. Asterisk, sweetheart, can you come over? I need to talk to you about something I found. Asterisk. I arrived to find Mom at the kitchen table, surrounded by brochures and a calculator. She looked like she aged 10 years overnight. What's up, Mom? You look stressed. It's this wedding, honey. Brittany's asking everyone to pay for their own flights and hotel rooms. I don't know how I'm going to afford it. My blood boiled. Mom, you can't be serious. That's ridiculous. I know, but it's family. Frank says it's the least we can do for Brittany's special day. I bit my tongue to keep from exploding. Mom, listen to me. You don't owe them anything. If they can't afford their fancy wedding, that's their problem. Just then, my phone pinged. It was Marcus. Jade, you're not going to believe what I found. I kissed Mom on the cheek. I gotta run, but promise me you won't do anything crazy like take out a loan for this wedding, okay? She nodded, but I could see the worry in her eyes. It only fueled my determination. At Marcus's place, he pulled up a series of documents on his computer. Check this out, he said, eyes gleaming. Your uncle's been cooking the books for years. Embezzlement, fraud, you name it. But that's not even the worst part. He clicked to another screen, and my stomach dropped. He's been scamming old folks, promising crazy returns on fake investments and draining their savings. I felt sick. We've got him, Marcus grinned. Oh, we're just getting started. I've got a plan, hidden cameras in his office, and with some social engineering, I can get access to his entire digital life. As we plotted, my phone buzzed again. This time it was Brittany. Asterisk Jade, darling, I hope you're excited about Bali. I had the most fabulous idea. How about you be one of my bridesmaids? Of course, you'll need to buy the dress. It's only $500, and you look absolutely divine, asterisk. I muted the call, resisting the urge to throw my phone across the room. Marcus, we need to move fast. These people are out of control. He nodded, his face serious. Don't worry, Jay. By the time we're done, Uncle Frank's going to wish he never messed with you or your family. Looking at the growing pile of evidence on Marcus's screen, I felt a mix of anger and satisfaction. Uncle Frank thought he was untouchable, but he had no idea what was coming. A storm was brewing, and I was about to rain all over his parade. Fast forward to the night of Brittany's big engagement bash. I'm all dolled up, looking like I stepped straight out of a magazine. But beneath this designer dress, I'm strapped with enough tech to make James Bond jealous. I roll up to the swanky hotel, crystal chandeliers, champagne fountains, the works. Uncle Frank really pulled out all the stops. Jade, darling, you made it. Brittany squeals, air kissing my cheeks. And you're wearing the bridesmaid dress. I knew you'd come around. I force a smile, wouldn't miss it for the world. My phone buzzes. Asterisk everything's set. All systems go, Jay. Operation Karma is a go, asterisk. I make my way to the sound system, casually, like I'm just checking things out. That's when Uncle Frank grabs the mic. Friends, family, esteemed colleagues, he begins. We're here to celebrate love, but also family. Family is everything. I snort quietly, asterisk yeah. Right. Family's everything when you're bleeding them dry, asterisk. As he drones on, I slip the USB into the sound system. Showtime. Suddenly, Frank's voice booms through the speakers, but it's not his speech. These old farts are like ATMs. I'm telling you, just flash a fake prospectus. Promise them the moon, and bam. They are forking over their life savings. The room goes dead silent. You could hear a pin drop. Then another clip plays. Who cares if the company goes under? By the time anyone figures it out, I'll be sipping margaritas in a country with no extradition treaty. Frank's face turns ghostly white. He lunges for the sound system, but I'm quicker. What's wrong? Uncle Frank, don't like hearing yourself. Just then, the doors burst open, and in walk two cops. Francis Reeves, you're under arrest for fraud, embezzlement, and financial exploitation of the elderly. It's been a wild ride since Uncle Frank's perp walk at the engagement party. The family's been turned upside down, but honestly, it needed a shake-up. I'm at Mom's place, helping her sort through some bills when Aunt Karen barges in, her dramatic flair on full display. Did you hear? They've seized everything. Frank's accounts, the house, even Brittany's wedding fund. Mom looks shocked. Everything. But what about Brittany? The wedding? I can't help but snort. Pretty sure Bally's off the table unless she's cool with a beach made of concrete and barbed wire. Aunt Karen glares at me. This is all your fault, Jade. You've ruined everything. Asterisk my asterisk fault. Frank's the one who decided to play Bernie Madoff with other people's money. I just exposed the truth. Mom steps in, surprising me. Karen, that's enough. Frank did this to himself, and to all of us. Just then, my phone buzzes. It's Marcus. Asteriskio, Jay, you're not going to believe this. Frank's company is offering a reward for whistleblowers. You're looking at a fat chunk of change, girl asterisk. I'm floored. For real? How much we talking? Enough to make a serious dent in your student loans, and then some. After I hang up, I break the news to Mom and Aunt Karen. Mom's eyes go wide. Oh, honey, that's wonderful. You deserve it. After everything, Aunt Karen looks like she's sucking on a lemon. Well, I hope you're planning to share that money with the family. After all, we're all victims here. I laugh. You know what? You're right. I am going to share it. Mom, how about we pay off your mortgage? And I know Uncle Pete's been struggling since his layoff. Maybe we can help him out too. Aunt Karen's jaw drops. But what about Brittany and me? Sorry, Karen. Karma's a bastarous asterisk asterisk asterisk, isn't it? Weeks pass, and things start to settle into a new normal. I'm driving to my new job. Turns out, exposing corporate fraud looks pretty good on a resume. Later that night, I get a text from Brittany. Asterisk K, cuz, got a sec to talk asterisk. Curious, I call her back. Jade, I just wanted to say I'm sorry for everything. I had no idea what Dad was doing, and I was awful to you and Aunt Lisa. I'm silent for a moment, processing. Thanks, Britt. That means a lot. I'm working as a waitress now, she continues, living in this tiny studio. It's not what I'm used to. Welcome to the real world, cuz. It ain't always pretty, but it's honest. There's a pause, and then she asks, do you think maybe we could get coffee sometime? Start over. I think about it. Part of me wants to tell her to kick rocks, but yeah, Britt, I think we can do that. As I hang up, I can't help but smile. Life's funny sometimes. You think you know how things are going to go, and then bam, everything changes. The story's over, but let's talk. If you were in Jade's shoes, would you have exposed Uncle Frank's crimes, knowing it could tear your family apart? Or would you have kept quiet to maintain family peace? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We're dying to hear what asterisk you asterisk would do in this situation. If you enjoyed this wild ride, smash that like button and subscribe.